Dear students, welcome to Cute Chemistry. We are in part 6 of chemical reactions and equation. In today's session, we are going to study about indicating the condition under which a chemical reaction will take place. So in our last video, we have discussed about writing physical state of chemical reaction and then heat change takes place during a chemical reaction. Likewise, this is another thing, like we have to represent condition under which a reaction will takes place. Some reaction, it needs some required condition, some special condition, so that the reaction will happen. So what are all those conditions and where we have to indicate this condition in a chemical reaction, that we will study in detail. First one is heat. So if we are supplying some heat, then that heat will be represented as delta. So we have to just put one delta above the arrow mark. So reactant and product will be there. So reactant, that will give product. Above to this we have to just put one delta symbol. This delta symbol shows that heat is required or heat is supplied for this reaction. So this is a necessary condition so that the reaction will take place. The second one is pressure. Sometimes for some chemical reaction, it needs some required pressure. If we pressurize, then the reaction will take place. So that pressure also be mentioned here on the reactant, that will give product. Here we have to mention the pressure. For example, if it is 300 atmospheric pressure, then we have to mention it as 300 atm. So that shows that 300 atmospheric pressure is required for this reaction to takes place. It is this condition. So in this condition only the reaction will takes place. Next one is catalyst. So this is a new word, catalyst. So let us take like this reactant and it will give product. We need some catalyst. That catalyst also we will mention above or below to the arrow mark. What is meant by catalyst? Catalyst itself will never undergo any chemical change. It will just induce the reaction to happen. Either it will change the rate of the reaction. Either the reaction can occur fast or the reaction may happen slow. The catalyst itself will never undergo any change. So that is the nature of catalyst. Some reaction, it need a catalyst. If there is a catalyst, then the reaction will takes place. So that is also a condition for a chemical reaction. If you represent all this thing, then the equation will become more informative. So let us see some example for all these things. Let us take one example. Potassium chlorate is heated in the presence of manganese dioxide to give potassium chloride and oxygen. I'll write chemical equation for this. So the formula for potassium chlorate is KClO3. K is for potassium, chlorate is ClO3. So potassium chlorate, this is the formula for potassium chlorate. Now this potassium chlorate is heated in the presence of manganese dioxide. So I'll put one arrow mark. We are heating this potassium chlorate in the presence of manganese dioxide. In the presence of means it is a catalyst. So manganese dioxide, the formula for manganese dioxide is MnO2. So potassium chlorate is heated in the presence of manganese dioxide to give potassium chloride. So the formula for potassium chloride is KCl. K is for potassium, chloride is Cl. So KCl, and along with that we are getting oxygen. O2 is the formula for oxygen. So this is the reaction. So now what we have to do is we have to represent physical state of the reaction as well. So potassium chlorate is a solid that we are heating in the presence of manganese dioxide as a catalyst. It will give potassium chloride. Potassium chloride is also a solid, and then oxygen will be produced during this reaction. So oxygen is a gas. So now we have mentioned physical state of the reaction as well. Now we have added all these 3 points for this equation. Now this equation is more informative. Let us take another example. Photosynthesis reaction. What is meant by photosynthesis? Plant will take up carbon dioxide and water. It will produce glucose. So that is the reaction. So how this reaction will take place? So let me write the equation. During photosynthesis, carbon dioxide is taken by plants. CO2 is the formula for carbon dioxide. So along with the carbon dioxide, plant will take up water also. So the formula for water is H2O, and this will occur in the presence of sunlight as well as a pigment called chlorophyll. In the presence of, which means we have to write here above or below the arrow mark. So sunlight is required as well as chlorophyll pigment. So what it will produce? It will produce glucose. So the formula for glucose is Ce6H12 and O6. So during this respiration, plant will take up carbon dioxide and water. In the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, it will produce glucose and oxygen will be given out during this reaction. And the formula for oxygen is O2. So this is also an example for mentioning condition of the reaction. This reaction can occur in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. If there is no chlorophyll and sunlight, then the reaction will not take place. So that is the reason this is a condition of the reaction, so that the reaction can take place. Now we will mention physical state of this reaction also. So carbon dioxide is a gas, and we know the state of water, it is in liquid form, and then it will give glucose. So the glucose is a solid, and then along with that oxygen is gas. Now the equation is more informative after adding all this information to the chemical reaction. Let's take third example. Carbon monoxide and hydrogen gas compressed at 300 atmospheric pressure, then passed over catalyst zinc oxide and chromium oxide at 300 degrees Celsius to give methanol. Let us identify reactant and product first. So the reactants are carbon monoxide and hydrogen gas. So the formula for carbon monoxide is CO. Carbon monoxide. Mono means one, only one oxygen. So carbon monoxide, it is reacting with hydrogen gas. So the formula for hydrogen gas is H2. Carbon monoxide reacts with hydrogen gas to give methanol. So the end product is methanol. In between we need some condition for the reaction to occur. So methanol is the end product. So the formula for methanol is CH3OH. So this is the formula for methanol. Now we will represent a condition in which the reaction can take place. This reaction is compressed at 300 atmospheric pressure. So 300 atmospheric pressure is required. So we can write 300 atm, which means 300 atmospheric pressure is required, and then it is passed over catalyst of zinc oxide and chromium oxide. So the formula, so it is a catalyst, zinc oxide and chromium oxide. Formula for zinc oxide is ZNO. So that is the formula for zinc oxide. Along with that, it need chromium oxide also. So plus CrO3. So that is the formula for chromium oxide. At 300 degrees Celsius, temperature is also required for this reaction. So we can write 300 degrees Celsius. It will give methanol. So this is the necessary condition for the reaction to take place. Carbon monoxide can combine with hydrogen at 300 atmospheric pressure in the presence of zinc oxide and chromium oxide as a catalyst at 300 degrees Celsius to produce methanol. So this is the understanding of the equation when you represent all the necessary condition for the reaction. Now we will write physical state of the reaction as well. Carbon monoxide. So carbon monoxide is a gas, and then hydrogen is also gas. When gas and gas combines, it needs some pressure. We have to pressurize the gas to give product. It is a general thing. So gas, here also it is a gas, it will produce methanol. Methanol is nothing but it is a alcohol. So alcohol will be in liquid state. You cannot write aqueous. When alcohol combines with water, then it is aqueous. So normal alcohol will be in liquid state only. Now we have mentioned physical state of the reaction as well as the necessary condition for the reaction to takes place. In our past 3 videos, that is part 4, part 5 and part 6 of chemical reactions and equation, we have studied how to make a chemical reaction more informative by indicating physical state of the reaction, and then heat change takes place in a chemical reaction, and then the necessary condition how the reaction can take place. In the next video, we will study about balancing chemical equation. As of now, I didn't balance any chemical equation because we are going to discuss that in detail. For your reference, I will add the link of part 4 and part 5 in the description. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions, please drop your question in comment section.